West. Stewart first tap down. You can expect that. Ends up in the arms of Nichols. Immediately tackled. Gets it out. Ball onto the boot of Ricky O'Toole towards centre half forward. Martin, good tap away. Bowman, first touch for the game. Kicks it forward. Picked up by Holzfine. Started in the middle of the ground. And kicks it out wide towards the boundary road side of the ground. It's running, and will reach the boundary ahead of all players as the
lack of pace.
True, as the ball comes in from the boundary, the rain starts to fall for the first time in the game. Ball picked up at ground level by Manning, turned around the body. Tar, good shepherd on it was Ferguson, I think, but Belpost Hill, they get the ball towards half forward, comes to ground. Picked up Holzfine, I was going to say picked up, but they all ran through the ball, didn't pick it up at all, and now it's a contested ball. Umpire whistle on play, free kick Corio. It looks like Bowman to me has got the free kick. Oh, put Barry O'Toole under enormous pressure. Handball, didn't let him know there was players coming. Strong tackle Nathan Lewis, and got the ensuing free kick as there's a ball down the ground. Barry O'Toole, stupid play because the ball had gone. He got himself into the path of Nathan Lewis. Now a free kick down the ground. So that sort of discipline, Paul, that's what will bring you undone.
Not what you need, not early stages. But if you are going to get it out of your game, get it out early. That was always going to happen. You could pick what he was going to do.
Inevitable. And Travis Fursland is the recipient of the downfield free kick. 30 metres out directly in front, an opportunity for Belpost Hill to get first on the board. And that's what he's done, right through the middle. Great goal for Belpost Hill. And a very good start.
Still say they'll pinch hit out of the square with Lewis.
Barry's not going back to the goal square. Barry O'Toole. Moster's gone back there.
Barry will go to Kafka.
Back in the centre of the ground now. Picked up there by Corio. I was going to say Bowman, but the free kick's gone away to Justin Tar. So Tar from the centre of the ground for Belpost Hill has the ball, goes short, looking for Lewis, and this is Sean. He takes the mark, goes back quickly. Obviously looking to move the ball forward very quickly. They've gone wide. They went that way last week too, out wide, and they found Holzfine, so he's by himself. Guarding the mark, Ferguson, I think it is for Corio, but Holzfine just holding up, waiting until something presents. He kicks in loud, goes to the hot spot. Lewis in front of the Cordell, and Nathan Lewis again takes the mark. On a normal day, I'd say he's in kicking range, but with that breeze coming in that way, I'm pretty sure that he'll be just out of range, but he's going to go back and load up from 45. It's a high kick. It's going to fall in the goal square. Players underneath it get knocked to the front of the contest. Coming through is Lewis. He's first there after getting his kick. Cornwall jumps on the ball. Now he tries to peel the ball out. It's being held up in that contest, and umpire comes in and takes control.
Interesting. I think Nathan Lewis might well feel a bit of groove there too.
So some 15 metres out for the from the Belpost Hill goal, directly in front of goal. Stewart in ruck, taps the ball down, goes to Nichols, gets the second one, just kicks the ball sideways. Out there is Keys. He tries to trap it, does so now. Steps around, holds fine, goes backwards and finds Barry O'Toole. Now he's put under pressure, releases the ball. As he does, he puts it over the boundary line and it will be thrown back into play. Do it against Stewart, so Stewart will do most of the ruck work, as we know, for most of the day. Taps the ball down, just palms it down to O'Toole, over the top to Keys. Keys out the back of the pack now and running. Kicks the ball towards centre wing, but going back is Baseley, and Baseley takes a mark uncontested. Again, Jed Potter starting forward, which I find a little bit unusual. Maybe they're lacking that forward option, but the ball has gone short, and Moreland has the ball now. He chips wide, and Justin Tarr's got himself some space. Limer's pushing forward. Moreland round the back, but Justin Tarr holds it up. Looks to deliver the ball long. He's going in towards centre half forward. A 3-on-1 situation. Grigic holds his ground. Ruck does well to get the ball off the ground now. Goes on the right foot. Not an effective kick, but chases it down, kicks it off the ground. Fantella's going to lead the race for the ball. Picks it up cleanly. Good work there from Danny Ruck. Good pressure. Sees the ball go towards the boundary line, but a free kick's been given. An in-the-back decision, and Fantella for Belpost Hill, the recipient of that free kick. So 5 minutes gone. First quarter. Belpost Hill, they lead 1 goal. Corio yet to score. Ball comes back inside 50. Sean Lewis in front. Ball doesn't get taken by that player. But now at ground level, there's infringement there. There was a throw called by the umpire, and it's going to go back, but no advantage has been called. So the ball's delivered inside the centre 50, and the ball's now with Evans, who goes forward looking for Werner. He slips over at the back of the pack. Popovsky comes out, leads Aiken to the ball, goes out to Bott, and Bott now chips wide. Moreland on the first bounce, picks up. This bloke has a different hairstyle every week. It's getting a bit hard to follow, but the number's still the same. He goes towards centre wing. Again, Lewis leading up. Strong mark in front of Cornwall, and Nathan Lewis on centre wing.
So 6 minutes gone, first quarter. Lewis for Bellpost Hill. Kicks it along the boundary, skimming kick. Oh, Moreland only had to look around. It was in his arms, but he did well because he kept the ball going forward with a kick off the ground and another. He's got it well inside forward 50 now. Leading in the race for the football is Fursland again. Gets the ball to ground, but it's picked up by Barry O'Toole in defence for Corio. Gets it back towards the half-back flank. Picked up Cornwall, immediately tackled by Nathan Lewis. Billy Nichols, handball to Ruck. Ruck for Corio, back towards centre wing. Martin overrun the football. Oh, Clifford, the ball spinning very awkwardly. It spun away from Clifford then. He picks it up, immediately tackled. Ball comes clear again. And good work, Bellpost Hill. There's a free kick to Bellpost Hill, player on the ground. Obviously, well, Ferguson, again, a very poor effort. Kicked it back to Clifford. In fact, it was a free kick to Lima. And now with the rule they have at Corio, Ferguson, I suspect, will be off the ground for giving a 50-metre penalty. Lima kicks it over the top. Running forward was Nathan Lewis, and that's good football. He started beside the player who got the 50-metre penalty. So he's run very, very strongly, Nathan Lewis. Now he's 30 metres out with an opportunity to enhance the Bellpost Hill score as Jamie Collins on for his first run for, in fact, he's wearing number 12, not number 30, by the way, too. So Nathan Lewis, 35 metres out, 45-degree angle. Distance shouldn't be a problem. Accuracy certainly is. As he's hooked it, it is only a behind to Nathan Lewis. And
so Barry O'Toole now doing the kicking out, comes wide. Looking for Anderson, he's up in front, but the ball's ball from behind, goes a hole find, he pushes it backwards, goes towards Moreland, he picks the ball up, good strong tackle there from Nichols, ball comes out, Tar picks the ball up, Keys doesn't hold him up, the ball is kicked back into the hot spot and Farrah's pushed forward, he takes the mark, some 35 metres out from goal, almost directly in front as Michael Bowman comes in and stands the mark. So Stewart's a wise up to Nathan Lewis getting the free kick out the back door here pretty easily, so he's going to stand beside him. So Daniel Farrah. Distance won't be a problem for this player. He can kick the ball from that distance. Comes in. Hits the ball okay, but it's going to go across the face of goal. It's still going to be in the field of play, and it's tapped down. It's picked up by Manning. Kicks outside, looking for Ricky O'Toole. Can't get the one-hander or can't pull in the one-hander. Fantella does well. Works him off the ball. Goes back to Fursland. Back to Fantella, who kicks short. Finds Sean Lewis. Steadies from the pocket. Lines up to goal and shoots, but goes across the face of goal and is gone.
Corio need to get their better players around the footy and get Potter up around it.
So a long kick in from Barry O'Toole. Quickly Stewart had the chest mark, dropped it, recovered, picked it up, handball to Ricky O'Toole. Goes towards centre wing, but good mark there from Fantella for Bellpost Hill. Out wide, Sean Lewis on his own. Chips it further forward, holes fine. Not too sure where the ball was. It's ended up in the arms of Hurst, just onto the ground. He kicks it up, but gee, the wind is really holding the ball up there. There's a whistle on play.
Free kick, Danny Ruck.
Another Tiggy Touchwood one as Danny Ruck in the contest looked like with Griggy. He's called to play on. He got impeded by the Bellpost Hill player in Fursland. They've done well, but Corio got it out to Billy Nichols on centre wing. Putting in another very good game by the look of things as the season progresses. Contest there on centre across the ground. So it's chopping and changing. The rain is coming down. And the ball by Tark toward the middle of the ground. Picked up there by Ricky O'Toole. Runs forward. The long kick inside forward 50, probably the second time for the game, Corio, but they haven't got anyone there. Aitken's there certainly now. He's closely attended by Popovsky. Gee, that's running back towards the goal area.
That's got to be a throw.
He's pulled it, has he?
The umpire did call it, Pricey. Good call from you. Two hands, shoveled the ball through the goal. Umpire's deemed it, and umpire Price has deemed it a throw. Well called. So the free kick will go to... Is it Evans in the goal square?
Looks like it.
I think it might be. Man on the mark, 1 metre out. So obviously the first score coming up for Corio. What it will be is about to be determined. Evans now moves in. Ooh, I tell you what, got under it a bit, but he's got it okay. That's the first goal for...
And see if you can work it that way.
So ball back with the umpires in the centre of the ground. Again, Stewart up early. Both ruckmen don't even touch the ball. Picked up there by Nickel. Tries to burst his way through. He's coming through. Umpire says no free kick. And he will take possession of the ball again. Ball's only moved some 2 metres away from that centre circle. So It all happen again in the middle of the ground. There's a number of players around the ball now. Stewart pushes him underneath the play. Nichols with strength tries to burst through. Picked up there by Sean Lewis and Josh Basley. And again, the ball's not going to come out, so umpire comes in. And for the third time, we'll start in the middle of the ground. So ball's up. Stewart this time puts the fist to the ball. Runs towards Potter. He picks the ball up, has time to steady. Goes backwards a long way and has Barry O'Toole out the back. He stops. Props goes inside. Farah able to read the flight of that ball. Spoils it away. Goes and gets it again. Goes back inside 50. And again it favours Kavka. Has to stand up. Kicks the ball off the ground. Goes towards the goal square. Fursland, nearly plucked it up with one hand there. Getting back in support. I think it was Greaves. No, it wasn't. It was Anderson getting back for Corio. So ball thrown back into play now. Over the back of the pack. The free kick's been awarded, a hold. It goes against Kazina, goes to Big Stewart, and Mark Stewart for the Corio side. Now transfers play to the far side of the ground, and out there by himself is O'Toole. Holes finds a drive, he gets a favourable bounce, tries to get around O'Toole, but Ricky just cages him up. And now runs away with strength and poise. He gets the ball, pushing the back, so a free kick's going to be given. And the advantage goes to Nevada Cornwall. He plays on, finds Michael Bowman, who's obviously not playing defence today, but's gone through the middle of the ground. Kicks up long, looking for Evans. He slips over, so Ellis, bell post hill, now has the run. Looks to go over the top. I don't know how he was going to get to somebody, but it's going to go as far as Shane Manning. He flips the ball out the back, picked up there and kicked forward. And it goes into the half-forward line. Bott reads the flight of the ball. Good chase from Werner from behind. Call play on by the umpire. Evans flips the ball out the back to Collins. He tries to burst through. Gets through the first one. Now feeds the ball inside. And it's picked up for Bellpost Hill. And out they come through Sean Lewis.
So Lewis now finds Holzfine on his own centre wing, took the mark and decided to play on quickly. The leads come at half forward from Kazina. Kazina attacks the footy, pushes it along the ground. It's ended up back in the arms of Holzfine. It's out wide. Player on his own is Hurst. Hurst runs forward. Oh, great smother off the boot, Barry O'Toole. But they've got Bellpost have got support there in Carter just onto the ground to full forward. Oh, just about have paid that, and the umpire has in fact. And it's Travis Fursland again playing the small full forward role or the leading role. Kavka sort of playing out of the square, but going the opposite direction. So a good ploy here for Bellpost Hill. Fursland has the only goal for Bellpost Hill to date. He's put the ball on the boot. He hasn't got either distance or direction on this occasion. It's behind the goal umpire signifying that.
Look, they would be happy, but they're probably not happy on the scoreboard. For the general play that they've had, they should be further in front with 3 points.
From the kick in, it ended up with Jed Potter contesting the mark on defensive 50. As he kicked the football, he's put the foot over the line. It was a pretty casual sort of approach, but that's Jed Potter, isn't it? He's a casual player. Get the Holzfine tag, maybe? Ball thrown in. Back of the pack. Speak of the devil. Holzfine gets the kick forward. Mark not taken by Barry O'Toole. Oh, an underground handball. I don't know about that one. Ball Fursland tried to kick it off the ground. Wade does well at fullback, and he's done well again. Kicked it off the ground. He's in a foot race here with a couple of Bellpost Hill players. Again, kicks it along the back onto the ground. 16 and a half minutes gone. 1-3 Bellpost Hill. Corio 1 goal.
So the ball's come over the back of the pack. There's players are diving on it. Nichols is the last man up with the ball. He tries to feed it out, but the umpire's called for a ball up. And it will go back to him, compliments of Bevan Hurst. So Hurst heading to the boundary line. Robbie May to rejoin the action. And umpire also about to restart play. So Stewart's there up against Casino. The ball's in the air. Stewart, I think Casino might have got the last tap on it. Goes towards Anderson, kicks round the corner, favours Keys. And Johnny Keys takes the mark. Moreland standing the mark, and now Keys doesn't give himself room. He's poor kick, but Potter reads that very well. Now goes in with a long kick towards centre half forward. The only player coming forward was Basley. He picks the ball up, goes long, finds Lima. Lima doesn't get a favourable handball there, but the support comes and arrives through Bellpost Hill in numbers. Now it's in the middle of the ground. Ferguson tries to feed the ball out, goes towards Bowman, heads back towards centre half back, and Basley, he tries to tap the ball along the ground. So it's a bit of a kicking contest off the ground at the present time, but Nichols decides to pick the ball up and drive the ball inside 50. Popovsky leads Aitken to the ball. He kicks it off the ground, favours Carter on centre wing. A nice clean pick-up, goes back on the right foot and wide and heads towards the half-forward line. Ruck against Grigg. Ruck gets his foot on the ball, which keeps it in front of the contest, but Carter coming down, he can't keep it in the field of play, and it goes over on centre wing.
Ball thrown in, centre wing once again. 18 minutes gone, first quarter. There's some of the lesser skills are being displayed this afternoon. Smothering kick hands in the full. Free kick taken by Mark Stewart. Goes towards half forward. Clifford diving forward. Can't take the mark. Kick off the ground there by Martin for Belpost Hill. Moreland going about half pace at the moment. He need to step it up, and now he's done that, but he can't pick the footy up because he's deeply pressed by Keys. The shepherd off the ball there, pushing the back to Keys, not seen by the umpire. And Corio, well, they've won the ball backward of centre Ferguson. Gee, just about a throw from here. Hole's fine again. Put to the ground after he's got rid of the footy. No free kick. The umpires have put the whistle away as the ball comes in front of our broadcast position. Keys taps it forward after the contest. Martin for Belpost Hill picks it up, eludes the tackle. Now the kick to centre wing, but in the road there is Ferguson for Corio. He's got options. Now he goes with hands to Potter. Potter now. The long kick inside 50. Not inside 50. He went to Ricky O'Toole, who took the mark outside 50. Now he's gone forward quickly. Werner leads in the race for the footy, picks it up. Nice little handball to Manning. This is what Shane Manning does well in these situations. He's hooked it around the body, and what's he done? He's kicked another goal for the Corio side.
Make sure he's going the other way today.
So ball back in the centre of the ground. It's taken out of the contest by Sean Lewis. Kicks the ball wide. Robbie May leads Barry O'Toole in the race for the ball. Goes back on the left foot, shoots back inside, and Farrow's pushed down. But Sean Lewis kept running. He slipped inside. Now puts the ball back into the hot spot. Going back, Mostert does well and was deserving of that free kick. He plays on quickly. Goes to Nichols. Umpire says there's no advantage there, and Mostert will go back and take a free kick about 20 metres out from goal for the Corio side. So now, again, the option goes towards Nichols, and Nichols will take the mark. So on half-back flank, Billy Nichols gets around Griggick, goes into the left foot. That kick wasn't good, but Bowman's there to support, and he's now kicked the ball in towards half-forward. Lima, he's read that ball very well, slipped across and takes the mark. Goes in short, will find Sean Lewis. Lewis now has options down the ground further, look towards Farah. Kick wasn't good. Coming the other way was Anderson in front of the player in Casino. Picks the ball up, long kick from the half-back line. It comes off the side of the boot. Clifford tries to jump on the ball, picked up by Martin, feeds it out. Keys now has it. Oh, the old flip over the top. It was effective. It went to Ellis, though, of Belpost Hill, and he goes short through the centre of the ground. Then we'll find Farah has time to steady, goes inside, looks longer for Lewis. Nathan, this is. Kavka's there also. Both players overrun the ball, but so does the Corio teammates. Ball goes forward now from Kavka, and we'll find Casino, who's marked the ball 35 metres out from goal.
It's been the fourth time they've been able to take a mark inside their forward 50, where Corio haven't taken any as yet. And the ball just, a bad turnover by Keys, and probably even a worse mistake by Evans, where he just didn't go hard enough at the footy.
I'll be interested to watch this kick because just in chasing an opponent, not more than 2 minutes ago, Eloise Casino just lost his footing. If his footwear's not too good, it's a bit moist about from where he's going to kick.
She's pretty boggy where he's standing, isn't it?
So Casino, usually a backline player for my likings. I like him playing across half-back. He's gone forward. Kick is going to have the distance, but the accuracy is not there, and it goes through for a minor score. So it's called a Commonwealth Hotel scoreboard.
Barry O'Toole, lovely long kick, found Manning on his own, well outside 50. He chips it forward, looking for and finding Clifford. Diving mark on centre wing, comes back into the corridor to half forward, in front Evans. Terrific defensive stuff by Ellis there for Belpost Hill. Gets the ball to ground. Tar picked up the loose ball, middle of the ground. Oh, he's found Holsfind with acres of property out there. Gets the ball towards Fursland. Doesn't take the mark on the lead. At the back is Mostert. He's corralled back there. They get a handball out. Barry O'Toole, nice little tap to Mostert, who followed up. And there's Manning again on centre wing. Both wingmen not paying either enough attention. Pricey made the point a moment ago. And Manning's kick has now found Ricky O'Toole on the lead outside 50. Now the long kick inside 50. Contest back there. Ball comes to ground. Lima, handball over the top to Bott. And Bott now gets it out to Sean Lewis. Sean Lewis on his own again. Goes towards centre wing. May. He's, a Belpost Hill 1-4-10 trail Corio, 2 goals, 12.
So Stewart out of the ruck, takes the ball. He's got to be holding the ball, X. He tried to do a little bit too much, and it was tackled from Holsfind. He now picks the ball up, plays on, kicks the ball back in towards centre half forward. Ruck comes out. He collects the ball nicely. Now goes wider, looking for Manning again. Moreland's out there on that side with him now, and both players will see the ball.
Heavy ground, and Stewart's going to try and ruck all day himself.
So the ball in the ruck contest has come to the back, was picked up by Lewis. He came down in the tackle, was being shovelled forward off the ground by Sean Lewis. Now Potter and Farah come at it. Both players now, they're uncertain, so the kick off the ground seems to be the positive ploy, this time by Lima. It gains ground. So ball back inside. Stewart gets the first one and the second one. Again, Sean Lewis just taps the ball off the ground. This time Anderson does the same thing. Smothered there by Sean Lewis. Goes to holes, find he's over the top of the ball. Made no attempt to clear it out, and it's picked up there by Anderson. It's come out. It's been spilled out. Someone's put their hands on the ball. It's Jed Potter. He came out with his hands ringing. I don't know who had the attempted kick, but Jed Potter has the free kick. Or Billy Nichols, I'm sorry. And it's now gone long and wide. Clifford bounces off his chest. He goes and gets the first one, gets around. Martin has time, steadies and kicks long in towards the half-forward line. O'Toole eases basically under the ball. Lima's there in support. He gets the ball out, needs to feed it out. He does so and goes to Moreland. Steps around Ferguson, has time to steady, and a nice short kick finds Holzfind just forward, backward to centre wing.
So 26 minutes gone, first quarter. Only 3 goals kicked, shouldn't be too far towards quarter time as Holzfind along the boundary finds Kazuna, ball through his fingers and doesn't take the mark. They've done very well.
They've done very well indeed.
So the ball thrown in. Oh, Grigic just with strength. Took the ball at ground level, gets it inside 54. Belpo still Tar coming out from the goal square. Ruck chases the footy down. Whistle on play, no, play on to the umpire. The ball's under a number of players. The umpire right there now puts the whistle on it. And 20 metres out from the Belpo Still goal, late in the quarter goal here would be very nice for them. As umpire puts it in the air, Tar taps it back into the path there of Nathan Lewis. Oh, what's he done with it? What's he done? The goal umpire comes back. Nathan Lewis, a kick off the ground, the soccer type.
So back in the middle of the ground. It's Stewart up in the ruck, knocks it down, favours Potter. He's held on to there, but he made the umpire aware of it. So some good work there from Jed Potter.
It was the other way. Potter was holding him and threw himself down.
So Potter now from the centre of the ground gets some sound footing, kicks the ball in towards half forward. O'Toole, and it's Mark O'Toole comes out, can't pick the ball up. Sean Lewis does so, steadies, goes outside 50, and now it goes towards centre wing. But going back, Fantella, he takes a nice mark. Fantella plays on quickly, kicks the ball into towards the half forward line. Lewis there again, he's held off the ball, and a free kick goes to Nathan Lewis. So from just forward of centre wing, has options wide and back in the centre of the ground. But he's looking to push the ball in long, goes towards Fursland, who's led towards the forward pocket. Ball's now at the back of the contest, going to be picked up by Barry O'Toole. Some pressure comes from the Belpost Hill side, clash of heads there. And unfortunately, the ball has been underneath the contest as the siren sounds to end the first quarter.
So at quarter time, the scorecard reads Corio, 2 goals, 12. Trail Belpost Hill, 2
Brought
goals,
to you by the exhaust
16.
truck.
Just underway, the ball comes down from the tap by Stewart at ground level, kicked off the ground again by Belpost Hill. Moreland does well, turn on his non-preferred side, then gets some support, gets a handball away. The kick comes round the corner, in front Ferguson. Almost could have been paid to Mark. Moreland does well at ground level, gets a handball to Hurst. Hurst around the corner, in front again. Nathan Lewis kicks off the ground in the way there. Well, I would have thought took the mark, Barry O'Toole, but not paid. He just chips the ball back into the middle of the ground, and mark taken by Stewart. Then finds Ricky O'Toole. Now he's away. Decides to go out wide. The lead out there is from Jed Potter. He's got away from Baseley, but the ball doesn't bounce kindly for him. Now, did well, Baseley. Tapped the ball back for support. There the ball comes to Farah. He goes to the middle. There's Tar on his own. Where's Stewart? He's dropped back behind the play. So now, Tar decided to, against handballing. He's got Moreland on his own. Now he can go forward. He draws the player eventually. It's handball over the top to Lima. Ferguson doesn't decide to chase. And the ball, well, it fell into the arms there of Kazuna. He was behind his opponent in Anderson. And has taken the mark on forward 50. Handballs to Nathan Lewis going behind him. Magnificent kick from the boundary. Nathan Lewis off hands in the goal square. It is a rush behind. So Belpost Hill
got the duties now to kick in for full back. Kicks
Ooh.
long, goes down the middle of the ground. He may have slipped when he kicked the ball, but the ball's now ends up in the hands of Casino. I think he threw it out then, but it must have been okay. Umpire's right there with the handball from Gary Found. Manning, who's come through the contest, goes to ruck and now finds Billy Nichols. No, it's not, it's Collins. So Collins now kicks inside 50. Bott comes out in front of Werner. Hands to Baseley. Werner back on the ball quickly. Has time to steady, goes on the left foot. The kick's not good. He'll be able to go back and get it again. Picks the ball up. This time, kicks the ball long and high, heading towards goal. Will it have the right bounce? No, it goes straight ahead and will run through for a minor score. So Corio's first score of the second quarter is a behind and moves them to 2 goals 1. Bellpost Hill 2 goals 5.
So the ball brought in very, very quickly by Bellpost Hill to the point that's now taken by Tar outside 50. Goes to the middle of the ground, finds Holzfein again. He chips it out wide. Out there is Sean Lewis. Kick a little bit too strong, but he's got some support out there. And Bellpost Hill backing one another, as Paul said at quarter time. It is brought in by Fantella. Back into the corridor. Nathan Lewis takes the mark. He's got Martin has run forward from the back half of the ground and takes the mark on forward 50. And Holzfein, he's absolutely cutting them to ribbons. I don't know who's supposed to be on him, but he's found space 35 metres out from goal, and Martin, with a little chip pass, has honoured David Holzfein. As we said at quarter time, he's continuing the form of last week, and I guess if we put a finalist player of the series right now, he'd be it. So David Holzfein, Barry O'Toole on the mark, 35 metres out from goal. Holzfein now moves in. It's it's just drifted off to the left, I'm afraid, so it's only behind. And this is the time there that Bellpost Hill need to consolidate with goals. 2 goals, 6-18. They lead Corio 2-1-13. Exhaust Brothers second quarter scoreboard, 4 minutes gone.
So the ball has been brought back into play. It's gone to Anderson, and Anderson now drives the ball outside 50, but the only one that read the fly of the ball was Martin of Bellpost Hill. So Martin's outside 50 will be able to push this back deep into attack, but he chips the ball short. Hurst takes the mark by himself. And now he plays on, goes on the left foot, kicks the ball in towards the goal square, but the only bloke back there, or the only bloke I can see is Stewart. He takes the mark and plays on, feeds the ball across to Nichols, and now Nichols runs to 50, kicks long, looking out towards centre wing, but the player leading the race to the ball is Limer, it is. Ferguson with some good closing speed, gets to him, but the ball does run over the boundary line and will be side.
Yeah.
So the ball now in Corio is attacking into the ground. The ball comes to the back of the contest, picked up by Collins. He's got his head down and he's working pretty hard. The ball kicked off the ground by Bowman, goes inside 50, picked up by Bott. Lima slipped over, Werner slipped over. This goes to Lima. Now it's fed out to Ellis, and Ellis now through the half back line, kicks long and looking for Farah. Farah doesn't get there on the full, working with his Barry O'Toole. He takes the ball, then fends off, looks to flick the ball out to Nichols and does so. Nice bit of play, and they find Ricky O'Toole on centre wing. So O'Toole now slowing things down. Has Stewart inside. If he wants to come that way, Mostert's also there. He looks there, but decides to go, I think, straight down the line. Called the play on by the umpire. Kicks the ball, goes towards Tar. He can't take the mark. Call play on. Head over the ball there. It comes out of defence now through Martin, and Martin delivers the ball back in towards Kavka, and he comes forward and takes a diving mark. So Rob Kavka up to his feet quickly, plays on. Going back is Farah, and Daniel Farah is pushed inside 50 and takes the mark. So with this breeze behind him, could kick the distance again. He's looking for the short option. Fursland's on the fast lead. Comes out, Wade pushes him underneath the ball. Hurst behind. High tackle there from Cornwall, and Bevan Hurst will be the resulting player with the free kick.
Made sure they saw it too, didn't he?
It was there, but yeah, I think
a bit of experience, wasn't there?
Yeah, felt a bit of contact, so you may as well throw the head back just in case the umpire had any doubt of missing it. Make sure he doesn't.
So Hurst from about 15 metres out from goal will kick from 20, almost directly in front. Should be Bellpost Hill first goal of the quarter, and it is that. And Bevan Hurst, he gets his first goal of the game. The third to Bellpost Hill. They move to 3 goals 6.
Probably stay here all day and try and cut back through the middle of the ground.
So we're in the middle. Umpire Chaston puts it in the air. Stewart tapped down to O'Toole on the run. That was a good tap. Good bit of play by Corio. Quickly inside the forward 50. Aitken didn't attack the football. Now he's run down. Probably a free kick for a high tackle. And a bit clumsy, I thought, from Popovsky on that occasion. But it is Aitken now with the free kick. Man on the mark is 45 metres, perhaps 46. and will take a very, very good kick into the breeze from there.
How good's good ruck work when it works?
Yes.
Like Stuart to O'Toole then
Magnificent, wasn't it? And they had the clear run through the middle of the ground.
It's as good and as clean as you'll see at times when they get that working properly.
So Aitken from Corio moves in, will kick right on 50. No, doesn't kick it at all well. In fact, it's out of bounds on the full. It comes off the ground, and Mark O'Toole onto the ground. So be interesting. He's gone into the forward half, obviously. The long kick out of defence for, well, there's a mark claimed by Belpost Hill player. I can't quite see. He was at the back. It was Popovsky, I think, but tried to take the 3-6, Corio 2-1, as the boundary umpire brings it in between wing and half forward flank. Stewart tapped down, only as far as Holzfine. He kicks it back middle of the ground. Belpost still leading the race for the footy again. Hurst does well. Handball to Sean Lewis. He's having a fair afternoon as well. Gets the ball back to half forward flank. Carter does well. Thought the ball was going out of bounds. Cornwall didn't chase. And the ball now back at the head of the goal square. Fursland overran the football. It's back in the goal square. Barry O'Toole, bit of experience. 13 Corio. Exhaust Brothers second quarter scoreboard. 9.5 minutes gone.
So the ball's kicked in. It goes between the legs of Anderson, picked up by Sean Lewis, back to Bevan Hurst, runs to 40, loads up, kicks towards goal, but it's going across the face and will go through for another minor score.
That's where it's a bit stickier.
So this time he goes to the far side of the ground, and Stewart gets the ball down, picked up there nicely by O'Toole, has Manning in support. Feeds the handball out, heads towards centre wing. Lima tries to knock the ball away, doesn't get contact, and again the back's going to go head-to-head with Moreland by the looks of it. Ball tapped forward by Stewart, goes to Bott, picks the ball up, goes back looking for holes. Fine, good body there from Ferguson. He collects the ball, kicks round the corner. Potter's in front. Good spoil from behind by Baseley. Picked up again by Belpost Hill. Potter was looking for a free kick again, I think, for a holding the man decision, but the umpire had none of that, and it's gone
high and dry out there.
So Stewart in ruck. Big tap forward. Free kick's going to go to Mark Stewart for a high tackle or a high hit. And Mark Stewart now kicks the ball in towards centre half forward. Goes towards Mark O'Toole. Good work there from Belpost Hill in defence. Picked up there by Collins. Spins out of the contest. Kicks it goal. Baines in there forward tacking ends. The ball's tapped down. Holzfine knocks the ball. Goes another 25 metres around the ground. And it's now...
In conditions that well, Paul, are they?
No, I was surprised actually. I thought they'd...
Get a point. A tap to the back of the pack. Who kicked that?
Bowman, I think it was.
6 Belpost Hill. Exhaust Brothers second quarter scoreboard. 12.5 minutes gone as the kick in for Belpost Hill comes outside 50. Baseley took the mark. Holzfine going past, accepts a handball. Now the ball at just the forward side of the centre square, and Kavka just a bit casual on that occasion and not able to get the ball up to the running player in Lewis, and the ball goes the other way to head of the centre square, and it was taken there by Jamie Collins. But again, the ball comes back again. Looking for a diving mark there, dropped by Carter for Belpost Hill, picked up by Billy Nichols, goes back to half forward, and there's Werner. Good mark from behind Tar, and Scotty Werner now. Outside 50, long kick to the head of the goal square. Contest up there from behind. Belpost effect to spoil. Baseley gets the ball, and luck is a fortune. They've kicked it across the face of goal. Popovsky happens to be there and picks up the crumb. He's got Lewis middle of the ground. He'll need to take the mark. There's 3 Corio players around him. Chips it over the middle of the ground. Hole's fine. They go wide again. Now they're on the break as Hurst takes the mark on his own. The Nathan Lewis making position half forward. Bowman cutting him down with great strides. A real foot race here. Nathan Lewis with a bit of experience just paddled the ball forward toward this moment against 2-2. Grigic eased his opponent out in the contest. Gets it around the corner. Nobody in the goal square for Belpost Hill. Greaves there from Corio. He picks it up. Not too sure where to kick it. Goes back towards the defensive 50. Moreland 1 against 2. Does very well. And they get the ball towards the boundary, and I think an accident.
Do a bit of work around the ground with Stewart going forward. The ball has been tapped back, picked up there by Anderson. He now stops and kicks the ball. There's a smother there, and I can't see where the ball's gone to, but it's picked up there by Barry O'Toole. Kicks the ball back to the centre half back position. But Fantella standing in that hole takes the mark, plays on, goes back inside 50, and Kavka, he takes the mark about 40 metres out from goal. Will kick from 45. We know this bloke can kick the ball a fair distance, so we should go back and take his time over it.
I reckon his 5 goals last week were understated. That was very handy for them.
So Kavka now, long kick, heading towards goal. It's going to be short of the distance, a bit short of the goal square, and it's going to be through for a minus score to Bell Post Hill. 2 goals, 2 to Corio. We've gone 15 and a half minutes. The second quarter, Exhaust Brothers scoreboard. So the ball comes back into play. It's now with Anderson again at centre half back. So they have to get the ball to this position, but the next part of the play needs to be a little bit better. So the ball's kicked long. It's Werner, good mark. That's 2 in a row. He's had his hands on the ball, so that might give him some confidence. A player that Corio do need to start to deliver. He now kicks the ball long, goes towards the half-forward line. Collins is the target, gets over his head. The big fellow in Stewart, he cleans up the crumbs, feeds the ball out, goes towards... I'm not too sure that player was that dives at the ball, but it's been fed forward.
Has to get that ball moving quick enough.
So 16 minutes gone in the second quarter. Throw in forward 54 Corio, kicking to the northern end. The null and void comes to ground level. Big pack of players over the football. Umpire eventually blows the whistle, and we'll have a ball up on the 50-metre arc, half forward flank for Corio. We're on the Boundary Road side of the ground here as the ball goes in the air. Grigic and Stewart. Stewart the tap down. Mark O'Toole, handball to Ricky O'Toole. Round the corner. Popovsky tried to mark it, running with the flight of the footy. He does well. Lee Clifford picks the footy up around the corner. Touched off hands in the goal square. Behind to 15. Bell Post still 3-9-27. Exhaust Brothers second quarter scoreboard, 17 minutes gone.
So the ball with Lima in the back pocket now. And he slowed things right down, just waiting for options to appear further up the ground. And it looks like he's heading towards Bott. Anderson goes back. Potter's also there, gets to the back of the contest. Kavka, good tackle there by Potter. Bott comes into support. Now it's in the hands of Hurst. He's got tackled there by Anderson, so they've kept the ball moving forward. But finally, over the top, Grigic knocks the ball forward, but it's heading back to the place it just came from, and that's the boundary line. The player gets an effective tap, picked up by Bott, goes to Moreland, who screws it round the corner. Lewis covers the space nicely, taps it to Farah, to Kavka. He goes over the top, finds Lewis by himself, comes out wide, has the running player in Moreland, feeds it over the top, and Bevan Hurst now has the ball. He's able to carry the ball, gets towards 50, kicks the ball long to the goal square, rucks in front, knocks the ball forward and over the boundary line, and it will be thrown.
Running with Holzfine.
So the ball in the forward contest. Hurst gets through the pack. High tackle. It's been picked up by the umpire. He slid underneath the contest. And Bevan Hurst will get the resulting free kick. Only about 20 metres out from goal. So he knows when to lie down, Bev. Don't worry about that. Usually a reliable kick at goal too. So we'll go back from 25, almost directly in front, and try and increase this existing lead for the Bell Post Hill side. At 3 goals 9 it stands at the present time. Comes in now. 20 metres out from goal. Just guides it through. Umpire goes across. He's gone across too far. So it's now 3 goals 10.
Assumed this role for most of the day so far. And now plays to himself, goes out very wide. Long kick, Mostert out there, but coming through is Lee Clifford. I'd have always paid that mark, but wasn't to be. Ball back into the corridor, dangerous. Ferguson took the mark. Now he goes back from where it came. The ball taken this time for Corio by Wade. Goes along the boundary line. He gets very close to it, but not all thrown in. Boundary Road side of the ground. Werner doing the ruck work at the moment. Ferguson threw it out. The umpire said he was tackled high. So the ball to Potter. Not a good handball. Potter makes it good. He goes toward the pocket, not a good kick at all. Lands just inside the field of play and get the ball to that side. Surely, to goodness, you get it back into the corridor to try and kick a goal. But from the throw in, ball at ground level, Colesfine was underneath that. They went in very, very hard on top of him. He's got the free kick, and I guess at the end of the day, that's what he has to do. So David Holzfine just outside defensive 50 for Bell Post Hill. They go along the boundary line as well, towards centre wing. In front, mark not taken for Bell Post Hill by Fantella. Coming back well on the ball, though. Couple of handballs from the Bell Post Hill side. Get the ball to the wing. Moreland, he's tackled high. No, said the umpire. Over to Grigic by hand. He hooks it around the body. Fursland, nice tap on by Fursland and Nathan Lewis into the path there of Hurst. Hurst goes goalwards. A long, long kick. It's a magnificent shot, but it's across the face of goal again. And another opportunity. Corio 2-3-15. Exhaust Brothers second quarter scoreboard. We've gone past 22 minutes.
So Ruck this time does the kicking in, brings the ball outside 50. Farah doesn't try and take the mark. Nickel gets the ball off the contest. Now kicks wide, and it's out there to Ferguson. Only needs to pick the ball up. He's got pressure for Fantella. He's able to go back on the right foot, and inside finds Stewart, who continues to run. Kicks the ball long, looking for O'Toole behind Bott. Oh, good mark there from Ricky O'Toole. Outside 50, I'd say, just outside. Now he turns, goes long and quick. Looking for Clifford, back with him Martin. Martin does extremely well. Oh, there's a holding decision, which he's given, and it's going to go to Lee Clifford. Thought Martin just used his body pretty well there and edged him underneath the ball, but umpire saw it differently. So Lee Clifford for the Corio side will have a chance to go back and kick their third. Distance not that much, but the wind and position where he is, only 10 metres out, drives the ball long and hard. There's going to be a 50-metre penalty even if he has missed the goal, so it doesn't matter. It's a goal to Lee Clifford for the Corio side. So
All the big guns stood up, didn't they?
They did.
So ball back in the centre. Stewart this time just taps the ball to his favoured side. Potter this time picks the ball up. And again, Ricky O'Toole playing in front of Lima. Takes the mark. So Corio, maybe a late surge in this second quarter. Kicks the ball forward, looking for O'Toole. And that's Mark. He got his first hand on it. Had a fair grab at it. But it's come to the back of the pack. Popovsky chips the ball out to Moreland. And he takes a diving mark. So Moreland it is now. Cross half back. Just goes short. And Bott's pushed up from behind. He's taken the mark. So Bellpost Hill trying to get that run from behind. Present now is Hurst. He comes up, takes the mark, uncontested again. He plays on, goes wide, so I don't know why they're coming out this way. Grigic's there. Ruck does well. Knocks the ball over the boundary line. Up against Stewart. Umpire throws the ball back into play. Kazina. No, most Ruckmen don't get a tap, but Bott from the back of the contest kicks the ball again inside 50. Ruck comes out and meets the ball. It's picked up, cleaned up front and square by Kavka. Chips towards goal. That's a nice finish, and Rob Kavka, he kicks his first goal of the afternoon. And
5.5 minutes gone, second quarter now, and a much-needed goal for Bellpost Hill. They've had a lot of play, haven't capitalised, but now the ball back in the middle. Tar and Stewart. Tar got the tap that time. Which way is it going to go? The umpire's whistle goes. Nobody knows, I don't think, in these ruck contests who's going to get them. This time it's Tar for Bellpost Hill. Goes to half forward. Grigich, he's edged out of it then by his opponent in ruck. The ball comes to ground. Bott fell over. Barry O'Toole accepts a handball. Gee, he was lucky to get away with that one as the ball, I reckon, was side to 50. As Tar gets in front of Stewart. Stewart down to Potter. Potter very high. It's gone to half forward. Oh, great mark, Brad Martin. Used his body strength to keep Clifford out of the contest and took the mark. I'm not too sure about that kick. He's gone straight to, he went to Grigich certainly, but he's surrounded by four Corio players, and his opponent picks it up, drops the footy, play on to the umpire, and Anderson takes the ball, closely pursued by Kavka. Kavka does well, kept the ball in play, taps it along the ground and finds a teammate in Fursland. Lewis just chips it up for Bellpost Hill. Now there's a whistle on play. I think it's against Sean Lewis. He was on the ground and was dealt with. The ball back into the middle. Now they've got to go here. Tar has got Moreland on his own. Finds him. Manning didn't pay him respect. Now the chip over the top. Oh, big task there for Nathan Lewis. A bit of experience. A free kick against Billy Nichols. Billy, I think, realises that might have been there because he did push the back of Nathan Lewis. He's outside 50. Heavy football. Will be a very good kick from here. Probably got a bit of breeze behind him. But Nathan Lewis, 27.5 minutes gone in the quarter. Will have to kick from 53. Moves in. Went a bit close to the man that marks. A magnificent kick for length. And, well, it's over the top of the players for a behind. So it is 4 goals, 12. 36, Bellpost Hill. 3-3-21, Corio, Exhaust Brothers, second quarter scoreboard. 28 minutes gone.
So Potter with the ball inside 50, now kicks towards centre wing and Clifford. Martin over the top, knocks the ball forward, but in doing so is infringed with Lee Clifford, and Lee Clifford now has the resulting free kick. He plays on very quickly, goes forward. Sean Lewis able to get his body behind the ball and trap it. Goes backwards, goes back to Baseley, and now he plays forward and finds Bott, who's found some space by himself. So Bott, who started deep in attack or in defence, has now pushed himself forward. Goes short, over the top, looks for Lewis. He doesn't let him down. This is Nathan. So Nichols stands the mark. So 27, 28 minutes gone, 28 and a half minutes gone with Lewis with the ball. Now looking to drive the ball long. He goes wide. Target's going to be Casina. Stewart comes in behind Potter. It's going to be a mark. No, it's called play on. Umpire gives the ball back now to Potter, and it's gone wide looking for Keys. Takes the ball. Has Manning inside. It will need to be clean and crisp as Hurst has gone back. And it's mark has been paid.
Read that very well.
And
little things like that, Paul, they win games for you.
Look, he's doing a bit of damage, Hurst, because basically Barry O'Toole's opponent. Barry's trying to play off a little bit so he can drop back and help the other backman out. For mine, I'd like to find another backman to throw down there and push Barry forward for a while. They've had it in their forward 50, and they haven't scored a lot.
So Hurst on the siren loads up. It's going to fall short in the goal square, and there'll be no score
ball doesn't
for
come
that
here,
player.
make sure he backtracks and works hard, and Evans down in the goal square. They need something from him.
So umpire Wheelerhand moves to the circle, puts the ball in the air. Stewart edges his opponent out of the contest, gets the tap down. The kick off the ground for Corio, sees the ball going forward, but again in defence, the Corio side, at least the Belpo still side through Fantella, get it to half forward, but Bowman takes the saving mark for Corio. Comes out wide, looking for and finding Nichols. Nichols on centre wing for Corio. Goes with the long kick now, inside forward 50. Mark O'Toole in the contest with Clifford. Ball comes to ground level. Sean Lewis saw a ball thrown out by Mark O'Toole, not seen by the umpire. Popovsky does well, but in the goal square it is Ferguson. It's high, it's what, in fact it was Evans, touched off hands, and it is a behind to Trail Bell Post still 4:12:36. Smith's holding first quarter scoreboard. We've been going a minute as Popovsky, the short kick in, finds Ellis. He runs on quickly, almost, in fact, did get past Mark O'Toole. Basely, the handball wasn't good. Basely tackled high by Barry O'Toole, and he might just need to cool it a little bit. He's gone to the middle of the ground with the kick. Hole's fine, just edges his opponent out nicely. Comes back, gets the footy, goes out wide. Why they go out there? I suppose they can control because Fantella's taken the mark. A skimming pass from him. The leads come from Kavka. Going past is Grigic, accepts a handball, goes goalwards. It's a lovely, lovely long kick. He's just missed to the right-hand side. Another behind to 3:4:22. Smith's holding third quarter scoreboard. 2 minutes gone.
So it's Matty Wade with the ball at full back. He's going to be looking to drive the ball long. He comes straight down the middle. His target's going to be Stewart. Lewis chipped in front of him. Now Potter feeds the ball out. Keys overruns the ball. Holfine goes back and collects it. Goes wide looking for Kavka. He uses his body well. Gets his position on the ball. The mark has been dropped. He now works harder. Picks the ball up. Kicks around the corner. And Rob Kavka, he's kicked the first goal of the third quarter. And it's going to be the... So 3 minutes gone. Ball back in the centre. Ball's tapped forward by O'Toole. Goes to Potter. Back to O'Toole to Collins. Now it's out with Greaves. Kicks round the corner. Goes looking for Werner. Clifford coming across, but Martin does well. Gets a hand of the ball. Picked up by Sean Lewis. Good effective handball. The bot who streams out of the back line. Gets it towards half forward. Kazina comes up and meets it. Now has Moreland in space. Can run and continue to run. Goes back inside. Handball releases Lima. Runs to 35. Shoots at goal, but can't bring it back. And it goes through for another minor. Score.
Opportunity missed there for a bell post still by Lima. Now it's Ruck straight down the corridor looking for Stewart. Stewart is paid a free kick by the umpire. Oh, gee, they paid advantage on that occasion. I think there was quite a break in play. Now it's another free kick to Corio, all coming from the whistle of umpire Chaston, would you believe? As the ball now from Clifford goes towards half forward. Mark O'Toole can't take the mark. Front and square was Billy Nichols. On the left foot goes towards full forward. But in front there was Ellis, in front of his opponent Evans. Now he's got players breaking on the western side. Overall, quick handball to Farrow. Farrow, I don't think he can run out of sight at the moment. He's not going at all well. Umpire had the whistle to the mouth. Yep. The trailing umpire, he saw what happened. It was a throw out there from Farrow. So the whistle has gone, and the free kick for Collins. Collins now finds Manning. And the bell post still defenders. I don't know if Farrow doesn't look fit to me, Paul. Keep an eye on him. But in the meantime, Shane Manning.
It's Corio's first mark inside their forward 50 for the day.
So So 40 metres out, 45-degree angle. Shane Manning. That's a good-looking kick off his boot, and he doesn't miss too many of those, Shane Manning, on the deliberate shot. So that's his second.
Probably want to go and pick him up.
I think Keys is at the other end of the square.
So ball back in the centre of the ground. Both Ruckman went at it. I'm not too sure which way it's going this way. This time it's going to Justin Tarr. So Tarr with the free kick in the middle of the ground. And if they usually look out, they've swapped sides. They've gone to Farris, so he must be back and running all right. I can now. Kicks the ball inside 50, looking for Grigic. Gone wider though. Kafka comes out. Pressure from behind. Ball's now with Danny Ruck. Tries to work his way through the contest. Ball in the hands of Grigic. It's forced over the boundary line. And in Stewart again with size. Takes front position. Kafka reads that out of the contest. It's now gone to the ground. Picked up, trying to be picked up. Corio over the ball. Ball hasn't come out. Umpire's going to take possession. So umpire, there's a number of players around the ball here. Front position taken and kicked now by Billy Nichols. Goes round to centre wing. Basically went back with one hand. Tried to scoop between his legs. Picked up by Clifford. High tackle has been awarded, I think. Or was it going to be... No, must have been the fend off, obviously. He's tried to push his way away and got Bott over the shoulder. So Bott now, handballs inside, goes to Nathan Lewis. Has Barry O'Toole in hot presence. The free kick has been awarded down the field. It was picked up by Martin. Umpire's now going to call it back because there's no advantage there. And Nathan Lewis, the recipient of a free kick.
Probably was advantage, actually, because Belpo still had the footy.
But where's the free kick come from?
Yeah,
It was a hip and shoulder, wasn't it? It wasn't
yeah.
late, it was in the...
It's interesting because...
So Lewis it is with the ball in the centre square, goes short. Unfortunately, the kick hasn't got the curry on it, goes towards Mark O'Toole to Barry O'Toole to Ricky O'Toole. So the O'Toole brothers, cousins, whatever they are, they've got the ball forward. It falls in the hands of Werner. Werner now working hard. Overall's doing the same. He's got 2-on-1 situation. Lewis comes in to support. Now it's with... A free kick's been given. It's going to come to Belpost Hill in the game. Sean Lewis out of defence. Kicks back towards centre wing and Basely. Collins does well. Didn't have eyes for the ball, but he read that well. Knocked the ball forward. Handball's up, looking for Bowman. Bowman's run over the boundary line with the ball. And Stewart again holds front spot. Collins, nice pick up off the contest. Kicks forward. Werner in front. Jumps. Doesn't take the mark this time. Goes to Bott. Kicks round the corner. Finds Basely. But a free kick for a late and high tackle. And it's going to go back to Matthew Bott.
Wouldn't it be an advantage down the ground?
So Bott now has the ball. Cross half back. Fantella on the far side of the ground. He doesn't look that way. Kicks down the line. Looking towards Moreland. O'Toole just put his hands in his back, and now he has Nathan Lewis who's stuck out the back. The kick is good. It's going to go to him. He's going to get on the first bounce. He actually waited, so Potter went back and collected the ball. Falls over. Now it's with Lewis. So comes in. Anderson over the top. That's got to be a free kick to Nathan Lewis. And Nathan Lewis will go back on the half-forward line, get that resulting free kick. So Nathan Lewis from outside 50 has players leading from the square, ignores that, now goes to the pocket. Kazina's going to be the target. He marks on his chest. So Kazina, 35 metres out from goal, right on the boundary line. Will go back. Kavka's just slipped out the back. No one standing to mark. I can see at this stage, yes, there is someone with the hands and heels. It's Anderson. So he goes back to Kafka, plays on now. Kafka loads up, kicks towards goal. It goes across the face. No, it doesn't. It goes through. So that's Kafka's third goal of the afternoon. He's second for the quarter.
Kick the next couple of goals.
So we're back in the middle. 10 minutes gone in the quarter. Stewart tapped down, but it went straight to Sean Lewis. Lewis inside forward 50, looking for, and probably for the first time in the match, I'd suggest Grigic has outpointed Danny Ruck in a contest. And the important thing for Grigic and Belpost Hill, the mark is 35 metres out directly in front of the northern goal. So Grigic, goalless so far today, has the opportunity. Moves in. He's hooked it to the left-hand side, a long way to the left-hand side. In fact, didn't get the distance. It is still in play. Picked up there by, was that Fursland, hooked around the body. And now it comes to Kavka again. He's been the match winner so far as the ball is off hands in the goal square for a rush behind to kick in for Corio. Straight down the middle of the ground and in the arms there of Jed Potter. Takes the mark. Well, he's gone sideways. Umpire eventually called play on. Now the leads come from Billy Nichols. Basely just trying to corral him. We'll give him the kick. He kicks it over the top. Corio got players coming towards it. And Lee Clifford diving forward. takes the mark. Back into the corridor. All Corio there. Manning takes the mark. He's got Stewart on the overlap. He's too slow. So he goes out wider now to Ricky O'Toole. He takes the mark. O'Toole now, called to play on, down the corridor, a long kick, inside forward 50. Belpost Hill, two players went in front, coming up with a footy is Popovski. Over to Baseley, now he's got a player out wide on the wing, absolutely nobody within kiwi of him, and it's Holzfine. Takes the mark, kicks the long kick inside 50 there. The ruck in front, gets the punch on the football, can't be picked up. Anderson, intercepted by Fantella, good stuff. He goes out wide again, looking for Hurst out there, but good work on this occasion by Bowman for.
It'll come out after half time.
So the ball thrown back into play, gets to the back of the contest. Kavka again, good strong smother there from Nichols. So ball's now in dispute, picked up there by Holzford. He dives and Keys is right there with him. Umpire says it's not going to come out, and it's going to be a ball up 25 metres around, or directly in front from the Belpost Hill goal. So they're doing a majority of the attacking again in this corner. Aiken comes on, Lima, his also comes on to do the tagging work there. Nichols with strength, gets out of the contest, goes on his left foot, kicks out towards centre wing. Don't know who he's looking for, but the first one back's going to be Fantella. He overruns the ball, but he goes back and collects it. Handballs up to Baseley. Baseley goes to Lewis, and that's Nathan. So Nathan steadies, goes back in his right hand, puts the ball down. It's going to be picked up by Anderson. Support comes from Holzfine, and the smother sees the ball go over the boundary line to be thrown back into play.
Don't know why Baseley wouldn't kick the foot.
Grigic in ruck. Body work there from Stewart, just puts the ball down. Lewis does well. Ball comes to Potter. Now it's been released, picked up there by Greaves, and he steams out of that centre wing position, goes forward, looking for Bott. Werner there. Other than these two marks, this game hasn't done much. Feeds a handball up, back to Collins. Collins now long into the forward line. Aiken on the ground. He comes to the ball. Oh, Barry O'Toole was his landing pad. He's landed right on top of him. Was picked up there by Lima. Lima now on the left foot goes round the boundary line and finds Morland. Has Sean Lewis short. That's where he goes to. Finds that player. He can turn and run. Farah further down the ground and Lewis in support. Hurst running past. Hurst is a recipient of the handball. Ball now with Hurst. Kicks the ball from outside 50. Looking for Fursland. Oh, it was a good kick. Well placed. Fursland can't take the mark. So Stewart gets in there to support his Corio teammates. Goes to Grigic. O'Toole switch on that. Picks the ball up. Goes back to Hurst. Now to Nathan Lewis. And he kicks the ball quickly towards the boundary line. And over the bounce. The play. Stewart reaches up. Taps the ball behind. Keys comes through and tries to kick it off the ground again. Farah, high tackle, and Daniel Farah will get the resulting free kick. So I reckon he'd be right on the 50-metre line where he is at the present time.
Be just outside his range, I'd think, Dale, wouldn't it?
Yeah, with that breeze, Eric, I don't think he'll get the distance. He'll be looking to get it off somewhere. Fantella's got some space by himself and no one goes to him. Keys goes back there now. Nathan Lewis is not too far away. Fursland presents. So they're letting him run into the space. It's just whether which one he wants to use. Sean Lewis is short. He will chip the ball over the top. Farah is smart, but he's going to load up. It's going towards goal. It's in the goal square. I think it's hit the post. So Daniel Farah has hit the post from about 45 metres out and moves Belpost Hill now to 6-16. They lead Corio 4-4.
The quick kick in has come out and they've been marked by Manning. Manning for Corio, half-back flank on the boundary road side. Just chips it over the top and found Ricky O'Toole taking the mark. Bit of stop-start stuff, Paul. Corio, isn't it?
Yeah, they need to get a move on.
Ricky O'Toole goes to Grooves. That's better. Handball quickly to Potter, who's on the overlap. He chips it inboard to Keys. Keys over the top looking for Wade, who's run from the half-back flank. And Wade now decides to go goalwards. So quick kick in there. Oh, up high was Scotty Werner. Would have been a sensational mark if he'd taken it. But the ball is right. Post Hill 6-16-52. Smith's holding third quarter scoreboard. 16 and a half minutes gone. The quick kick in again. Taken by Farah. He's got Baseley inboard. That's where he goes. Baseley takes the mark. Now they need to find some space, the Belpost Hill players. Now done that. Lima had a fair day, Lima. He chips it over the top. Look, it's well, I thought he was looking for Morland, but further down the ground was Nathan Lewis. His kick not good. Great tap on by Holzfine. It's gone to Grigic. He just eludes the tackle, but he gets upset enough to upset the kick. Ruck picks the footy up. Oh, Fursland about to pick it up, kicked out of his hands. Oh, there's a holding the man decision by the umpire. Gee, we're having trouble understanding them. I think the players are probably worse at the moment. Now we've got absolutely total confusion. As one umpire's given the decision from 50 yards away, another one has to come in and explain it. So total confusion here at the moment. The result, a free kick to Matty Wade. There's a mark by Jed Potter out of the hands of Lee Clifford, but it is a mark to Corio. So we've got a bit going on off the ball. Grigich and Stewart, as the emergency umpire goes and have a bit to say as the game continues to half forward. Great defensive punch there for Belpost Hill. Holzfine went for the footy, did well. Collins taps it out, looking for, finding Ricky O'Toole. He's immediately tackled, makes no effort to get it out. No, said the umpire. So, umpires, well, I guess they're trying to control the situation, but I don't know whether they're doing it so much. It's on centre wing. We've been going 18 minutes into the third quarter. Stewart, now the advantage paid, and Ricky O'Toole finds Manning running forward, takes the mark between the centre square and the 50-metre arc. They just need to hang on. Belpost Hill, I think, at this point in the third quarter. Terrible kick from Manning, taken by Martin, over the top to Holzfine. He's tackled. Umpire says play on. Sean Lewis picks it up, gets a handball back, and, well, if the umpire's a fair dinkum, the trailing umpire, and he has been fair dinkum, because Holzfine was absolutely decked by Johnny Keys, 50 metres off the footy, and the trailing umpire, in fact, did pick it up.
The probably biggest story is Mark Stewart limping from the ground. Rolled an ankle pretty bad just before, and I think he succumbed to the injury.
So Grigich, he's got the free kick middle of the ground for the Belpost Hill side. Ball falls to the back of the pack. Oh, Hurst with pace, tries to kick it off the ground, didn't quite get it, and in defence, Mostert did very well. He's got a handball clear to Greaves, goes towards centre wing, and Clifford has taken the mark. So Lee Clifford, handball quickly to Ricky O'Toole, over to Jed Potter by hand. Now the ball kicked to the middle of the ground. Mark almost taken by Grigich. He butters up Mark O'Toole, paddles along the ground to Keys. Keys can't get the footy. It's turned over as Bott picks it up for Belpost Hill. Just a wild kick, Nathan Lewis. Bit of poise, handball to Lewis. In fact, to Ellis it was, and Hurst has taken the mark at half forward. Oh, they're running everywhere up here at the moment. Belpost Hill is Farah runs clear. There's a free kick down the ground because Scotty Werner just straight out undisciplined. Now
I think they'll pay it.
That can't come back because it was marked inside the field of play.
No, it's in the art of the kicking. As he kicked it, they've deemed it.
Gee.
As he kicked it, he was pushed in the back.
Well, I beg to disagree. The ball landed in the goal square. I reckon it should be down ground. Farah has the free kick. It's gone back to him. Coming through strongly is Fursland anyway. And at the 20.5-minute mark, Travis Fursland for Belpost Hill has taken the mark 25 metres out, near enough to directly in front. And kicking, I guess, to the non-scoring end, Paul. Would you consider that still to be the case?
Yeah, I think so.
So Fursland doesn't really get it that well. In fact, he's missed to the right-hand side. Gee, they're kicking themselves. Smith's holding third quarter scoreboard, 21 minutes gone.
Yeah, it keeps it just at that 4-goal margin, which is, Corio can kick that pretty quick, so they need to nail some of those shots.
So the ball delivered from ends, from full back, goes towards the half-back line, picked up by Nathan Lewis, across to Holzfine, to Grigich. Grigich runs towards goal, loads up, but unfortunately it won't come back far enough. And another minor score, 2 Bell.
Kick 2-4, 2-8, and so far they've kicked 2-6 this quarter.
So the ball has been brought back into play. O'Toole tries to do something about that, gets the ball out to Werner. Now the run comes. Manning puts the ball down. He goes back and collects it, steadies himself, looks inside, goes towards Nichols. Good work there from Overall. Comes the other way, tucks the ball, now tries to knock it forward. He gets through that contest well, goes to Lewis to Fantella. And now they're back into attack. Belpost Hill goes towards Holzfine. Doesn't take the mark, but traps the ball well. Ducks out the back. It's tackled by the player there in Bowman. Now Farah collects the ball, goes towards goal, and again offline. So 6 goals, 19 to Belpost Hill. 4 goals, 5 by into this third quarter.
It was spoken about at half time too, making sure you nail these goals to put them away. But Might be a bit windier out there than we think.
So Ruck has brought the ball back in. It's got to the half-back line. Manning has got a quick kick forward, goes towards Clifford. He leads Martin in the race for the ball. Tar's there, takes the 2-on-1, does well, goes to Werner, puts him under pressure, releases the ball, but that's a throw because there's a good tackle, and a free kick goes to Brad Martin. So Martin has the ball in centre wing, drives the ball back to the far side of the ground and looking for Hurst. Up in the front is Bowman. I think it was Anderson. Ball gets to the back now. It's picked up by Ricky O'Toole. Stops, turns, goes back in his left. Little delivery forward, wide, and goes out of bounds on the full. So free kick goes to Fantella out in that far side of the ground. No, it's going to go the other way. So they must have been a free kick for putting Ricky down after the contest. The free kick went to Clifford. He brought the ball into Manning, and now Manning has the ball. So he just waits, goes long, looks for Werner. Casina's with him. Werner stops and props himself in front, picks the ball up, goes wide, looking for Evans. Not a good handball, put him under pressure. Werner has to go back and collect it again, goes backwards to Collins, and Collins now on the left foot goes looking for Barry O'Toole. Hasn't got enough carry on the ball or direction, and sliding across is overall for Bellpost Hill. He kicks off one step, finds Ellis. Ellis brings the ball inside and goes to Nathan Lewis. He's hit as he kicked the ball. This time no free kick, but the kick's good and it's got good distance. And Bevan Hurst takes the mark for Bellpost Hill. So Hurst now just slows things up. Fantella's made space short. Lewis in the middle of the ground. That's where he goes to. No, it's not. It's Farah. So Farah, he's had plenty of touches this quarter. From just forward to centre wing, goes into centre half forward, gets through the back of the contest. Tar pushes his opponent off the ball. He dives on the ball. He'll need to get it out. He dives on it. Umpire says, no, you're okay, son. It's going to be a ball up. True centre half forward position. Bellpost Hill in attack. And 24.5 minutes gone. Bellpost Hill 6:19. Corio 4-5.
So the ball tapped down there to Billy Nichols. A kick out of the pack. Finds nobody there but Bellpost Hill. It's Fantella. Oh, Gregich, he read that well. Took the mark. He's nullified as he kicked it, and the mark taken by Bowman in the goal square. His kick out of trouble has only found Moreland. Moreland, too much agility there for Grooves. On the left foot, back to the head of the goal square. There's nobody there for Bellpost Hill, however, but Jed Potter is there. Takes the footy, hooks it back across his body, middle of the ground, looking for, finding Werner. Werner goes out wide. Over the top, looking for Jed Potter again. He's run onto the footy, picks it up. He kick on the left foot, going forward, looking for Evans. Picks it up well, round the body towards the half-forward line. In front there is Mark O'Toole, and takes the mark ahead of overall. So Mark O'Toole would be his first kick perhaps for the day. He just chips it. He's got Manning there, and Manning takes the mark ahead of Bott. He also chips it forward. Lee Clifford, before he tripped as he was going forward. I think the ball nearly hit him in the face, but he hung onto it, and he's taken the mark. So Lee Clifford, man on the mark, 40 metres out, about a 45-degree angle. Probably the wind across him, if anything, rather than behind him. And will take a very good kick from there.
He tends to kick them higher than he kicks them longer, so the breeze may push it off at the last second.
Good point. So he kicks it. It is high. It's not going to get the distance. In the goal square, the ball picked up by Barry O'Toole. It was touched off his boot through the goal. Bellpost Hill 6:19:55. Smith's Holden third quarter scoreboard. We've ticked past 26 minutes.
So Ellis receives a short kick in from full back. Goes wider again. Moreland's got space by himself. He takes the mark. Collins stands it, so has options short again. He's going to look for Ellis, and that's where he goes to. No, it's not. It's going to Overall. Overall now kicks the ball, and that's Ellis this time. He can take off. He does so. Handballs across to Moreland, who's running out of defence. Now carries the ball, takes his first bounce, goes over the top, has Kazina in space. Honey needs to pick the ball up. Then's down, does so. Has time to steady, kicks round the corner. Fantella's made space on the half-forward line. Gets around the oncoming traffic. Time steady from 30 metres out, runs at goal. And Fantella, Adrian Fantella, has kicked his first goal of the afternoon and the 7th goal to...
They believe they might be advancing the next week.
So in the middle, Werner doing the ruck work down to Potter. Potter, long kick. Ricky, no, in fact, it was Mark O'Toole pushed his opponent out, not soon, but the Bellpost Hill players are attacking the footy. Basely, attack the footy, get a long handball to Sean Lewis. There's quite a bit behind the play. Barry O'Toole involved. The umpire is there. You guys watch that. I'll watch the players. Kazuna dropped the footy on centre wing. Jed Potter He gets the ball to Billy Nichols. Nichols has got no one to kick it to. They're all involved in the skirmish. At the back of the contest there, Popovsky, as the siren goes, I would think it'd be no score because the siren had sounded. In fact, the umpire, there's quite a bit now going on.
I think Corio will start the first 15 minutes without Lee Clifford.
Okay, so in an incident there. So Lee Clifford's got a yellow card, which is disappointing because in fact it was after the siren. But at three-quarter time, in fact he's reported him, I think, for striking Martin, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So at three-quarter time, Belpost Hill, 7 goals, 1961. Lead Corio 4-6-30. The goal kickers to date in the game. Rob Kavka has the sirens gone and we're underway in the final quarter. This time it's Kazina against Verna. Kazina gets the tap down. Corio not able to get it clear at ground level. It's well, there's a whistle on play. Probably Ricky O'Toole got the advantage free kick and didn't kick it anywhere. Belpost Hill attacked the footy through overall. Moreland can't pick it up. He's under pressure, and the support from overall is good. Picks it up. Handball over the top to Sean Lewis. He gets a handball to Nathan Lewis. Another handball over the top to Fursland. Back to Sean Lewis, who kept running. He goes goalwards. A one-on-one contest. Tar and Ruck does well, but at ground level it's Holzfine. Picks it up. Started to look at the players running towards him and decided to go without the footy. But in the meantime, the umpire has given him a free kick for a high tackle. I just wonder if he caused it by trying to run through between the legs and the legs got him on the shoulder. So a very fortunate free kick to David Holzfield. But he's 30 metres out, and Paul was speaking about nails in coffins just late in the third quarter. A goal here would certainly put a nail in the Corio coffin for
Certainly
this
will,
season.
and it's come away from an ordinary decision. When Corio blokes are standing still, and a Belpost Hill player runs into their legs, I don't see how it's a Corio player's fault.
He couldn't pick the footy up. It was an error on his part. But Hull's fine anyway. He's not even going to get the distance, I suspect. It's going to be a big pack of players in the goal square. Michael Bowman decides to kick the behind as Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard, 2 minutes gone.
So the ball has been kicked down and long, goes straight down the middle. Griggett can't take the mark, but the front and point again is Holzfine. He runs out the back door, then kicks back in towards full forward. Tar's there, Ruck's there. Ruck does well, gets the ball out of the contest there, but it's cleared back to the boards of boundary line. Kavka's going to be the first one that goes back and picks it up. He's looking to go short for Sean Lewis. A nice kick on play there, and Sean Lewis has taken the mark. Michael Bowman just questioning the distance it travelled, and Sean Lewis from about 20 metres out from goal will have a shot.
Might have been a free kick anyway, perhaps.
Mark, free kick,
Yeah.
you name it. He was.
I think he
He should have got it.
So Sean Lewis from the forward pocket, only 20 metres out from goal, comes in, kicks at goal. Umpire goes back but looks straight up, and that's a goal. That's his first goal of the afternoon and the 8th. Ruckman, we've got Verna up against Kazina, goes down, picked up by O'Toole, goes back to Verna, gets a kick going forward. Collins leads and races for the ball, dives on it, then tries to knock it forward, but picking up at his bot, goes out the back door to Moreland, who's running around the back. Kicks short, finds Sean Lewis again in space. Has 2 players short, goes to Casino, he's one of them, handballs to Farah. So Farah now through centre of the ground, kicks inside 50, goes towards Griggick. He gets around Ruck, steadies on his right foot, goes back towards goal. It looks good off the boot, It looks good from the crowd, and it's another goal. So Brent Griggick, he's got his first goal of the
back side of the centre squares. That's interesting. There's the ball in the middle again. Kazina gets the tap down for Belpost Hill. Coming off the flank there, and tackled without the footy was Bevan Hurst. Advantage paid, and it's gone to Martin. He goes towards half forward, and Mark taken there by Kavka. Decides to wheel around, play on quickly. To full forward, Grigich can't take the mark. Ruck does well, doesn't get it away, however. Now he paddles it forward. That's good work by Ruck on that occasion. Potter can't pick the footy up. Now he does, and for Corio, hooks around the body and has found Evans on centre wing on his own. So Evans for Corio. Decides to kick it long. He doesn't hit it too well, but Werner, well, he reached out, almost got the mark, can't control it. Oh, Moreland put his body on the line. That's good work. Picked up by Holzfine. Kick towards half forward. Nathan Lewis, made good ground. He's tackled as he played on by Wade, and that was fair enough. But they're working hard in the forward half. Belpost Hill. Greaves Handball back over the top to Bowman. Out wide, Bowman goes looking for Ricky O'Toole. Takes the mark ahead of Fantella. Sort of out playing on. Decided to just chip it short. Evans is there and takes the mark. Fantella, his opponent, stood the mark and now he chases down. The ball goes to half forward. Bott in front. Takes the footy. Barry O'Toole shrugs a tackle. Turns around to forward 50, goes goalwards, doesn't hit the ball that well, and Popovsky takes the mark. Oh, now they've got a chance, Belpo still on his own as Moreland. He sees the lead from Nathan Lewis, hooks it back to Sean Lewis. Now he can go over the top to Nathan. Decides to go longer than that. The leads come from Bevan Hurst. Bowman pushes him off the footy, but all that does is allow Grigic to come in to get hold of the footy. He paddles it back for Hurst. He can't control it until he goes forward with the kick, and coming forward again is Tar. Just too strong for Anderson on that occasion. And Danny Ruck's had a great game, but he can't play in all positions. He's done well on Grigic over the day, but Anderson not strong enough for Tar, who's having a well-earned rest from his run in the ruck for most of the game. So Justin Tar, 25 metres out, 45-degree angle. We're right behind the kick on this occasion as he moves in, and he kicks it to the right of the tall timber. So another behind to the...
I think so.
You're right, actually.
We love that. So ball with Ruck at fullback. Their only option is to go long and direct, and that's what he's done. He's gone straight down the middle of the ground. Casino from behind, doesn't take the mark. Nichols picks the ball off that contest, tries to feed it out. Lewis is trying to pinch it out of his hands, and it's not going to come out of there, and the umpire will ball it up. So just outside the half-forward line for Bellpost Hill. Don't know whether that's the right time to be changing a player, so even though they've got an extra man on the ground, but the ball's in the air. It's tapped down, comes to Ricky O'Toole. He comes out of that contest, kicks the ball into the centre of the ground. Keys with some body work, but the support arrives from Bellpost Hill in Martin. Goes back over the top to Bott, into Kavka, and Kavka now just pushes the ball backwards and wide, and Moreland's there by himself. Ellis, who's just come on the ground, still standing on that spot. Now he takes the mark, runs back inside, looks to flip the ball over the top, goes to Moreland. Moreland feeds the ball back, but Wade does well, traps it, kicks round the corner, but again, the contest's going to be 2-on-1. Bott tries to get the ball along the ground. O'Toole's going to be the first one there. Bott smothers that contest, goes back to Moreland, tries to elude the tackle of Keys, feeds the ball out, goes and collects it himself, goes over the top to Nathan Lewis, and now Nathan Lewis has runners inside. Holzfein's one, Casino is the other. He's gone for the longer one, and Holzfein's taken the mark. Farrah's pushed forward another 20 metres, and he's got space by himself, and will go back from about 20 metres out from goal, or nearly almost directly in front, and go back and have a shot. So Farrah, opportunity here for the 10th goal for Bellpost Hill. So Daniel Farrah.
Due to get one, isn't he? Due to get one.
Yeah, he's a slow old approach at goal. Comes in, just chips at it. He's going to not even make the distance. He'll only just. It's just gone through for a minor score. So maybe he should stay through the centre of the ground and handball a lot more. But the ball has been brought in quickly. Kavka eased his opponent under the contest. I would have said push, but he'd get away with it. Ball comes back inside, goes to Grigic, onto Holzfein. He runs to 15, kicks the ball along the ground, and it's a goal. And I think he's pretty happy about the situation. That is the 10th goal for the Bellpost Hill side. They're 10 goals, 21.
Contact and then release the ball.
So in the middle, Werner, tap down, Ricky O'Toole, handball to Potter. Potter now towards half forward, but coming out on his own is Overall to take the mark. Now Moreland, spoke about him a moment ago. He made space. His kick now goes to Fantella, just on the ground off the interchange bench, takes the mark unattended, and now he kicked it looking for Fursland. There's a whistle on play. I think he whistled it before he took the mark, but the ball now over the head of Kazuna. Kazuna's been rucking. I don't think he's got too much left in the leagues at this moment, and Matty Wade is going to outrun him, and perhaps he didn't realise in the quarter. It's been all Bellpost Hill from the throw-in. Came to Billy Nichols, handball to Wade. He gets a kick around the body, only as far as Popovsky. He eludes a tackle. Kicks it now back inside the forward 50. Mark dropped by Mostert. Descending on the footy is Tar, but chopping in there is Potter. Handball to Anderson. Gee, they're under pressure. Picked up by Kazuna on the left foot to the head of the goal square, and there's a very good mark. Michael Bowman hasn't had the greatest of days, I don't think. because Moreland, he put his body in front, shielded the footy well, and poor old Michael Bowman was trying to spoil. Didn't do too well. And here's Chris Moreland now, 10 metres out, certainly on a 45-degree angle.
He's had a good day. That's his 8th mark that he's just taken.
Yeah,
and he's coming in for he's coming in for his 14th kick.
So Chris Moreland, he's had probably a good series in the finals as well, actually. He moves in, very positive, over the goal umpire's head. And that's another one for Bell Post Hill. And
so ball back with the umpire in the centre. Werner up, jumps, gets a ball down, goes towards Ricky O'Toole, goes backwards, finds Potter. Pressure comes from Fursland from behind. He's tackled after he released the ball, and a fair decision there by the umpire. So Jed Potter plays the handball in, goes to Ricky O'Toole, just a little smart step, goes outside, finds Manning, goes back and collects it again. So he runs through 50, steadies himself, goes long, nice looking kick off the boot. Barry's back in the goal square, doesn't take the mark, reacts quickly, but he can't get a clean contact with the ball, and it's going to be rushed through back position, looking to go straight down the ground, but he goes short and straight down the ground, finds Lima, overall crosses the path, but he ignores that and steadies himself up. So Sean Liner, Bell Post still in no hurry now to move the ball ahead. Been called a play on by the umpire, so he's going to have to do that. Goes wide, looking for, won't find Martin, but it's picked up there by Manning off the side of the boot. Kicked off the ground by Popovsky, runs towards the boundary line. That's where it's going to head, and the ball will be over the boundary.
They've done a lot of running.
So this time Nichols and Kavka, free kick's going to go to Nichols. Manning's got the ball, advantage has been paid. Again, it goes in towards Barry O'Toole. He shields the ball this time. That's not a bad placement of kick there from the player coming in Manning, and Barry O'Toole has taken the mark 25, maybe 30 metres out from goal.
Don't think they did the ankle too good, that.
So Barry O'Toole to go back. And at this stage, 88 to 31. I suppose respectability now for the Corio side to finish the game or the season possibly with 2 or 3 goals. But Barry O'Toole, a noted goal kicker for the Corio side, comes in. As I said, kick from about 35 metres out directly in front. It's a nice looking kick off the boot. Umpire does not move, and it's a goal for the Corio side. And the first one for the afternoon for Barry.
Yeah, so back in the middle, it's 15 and a half minutes gone, final quarter. Both ruckmen basically missed the footy. They, as it bounced on the ground, they had another go, and they've missed it again. So umpire Wheelerhand will move in, and we'll do it all again. Put it in the air as he's about to do. Robbie May still off the ground, and I'd say he's pretty comfortable in just resting for the remainder of today, and look forward to next week. Well, I don't know what we're playing out in the middle. It's tunnel ball. It's all sorts. Players on the ground. The ball's come out, and the umpire, his players now picking each other up off the ground. So I think the game's over, Paul.
We're playing a little bit. I hope the clock ticks down real fast.
Yes, absolutely. Fursland, second effort there. He tapped the ball out wide. Hole's fine, still running. He, after the footy, cannot pick it up. Now he does. Good bit of shepherding there for him by Ellis. Goes into the centre corridor. Moreland didn't get it first time. Picked up Bowman. Handball out to Potter. And Potter now. Round the body. Clean bowl Billy Nichols. Clean bowl Kazina. Billy Nichols on the overlap. Picks it up. Kicks it to forward 50. Back there is Keys against a couple. Mark not taken. Looks like Collins got the handball somehow to Mark O'Toole. He's chipped it to Manning. Manning now goes looking for the lead of Barry O'Toole. He doesn't quite reach it. Handballs it back to Mark O'Toole. The ball, ooh, gee, Keys tried to kick it off the ground. I don't think he quite got the footy and didn't luckily get the player. And the umpire puts a whistle on play. So we'll have a ball up. The two ruckmen, Kazuna and Werner, a long way behind situation here as the ball tapped forward. Ricky O'Toole throws it out to Barry O'Toole. He's tackled. What's the umpire said? Umpire said he was tripped. So free kick to Barry O'Toole, about 45 metres out from goal. I'd say the distance probably a bit too much for him. It's on the rotation, looks like Sean Lewis now coming off. So Barry O'Toole now decides to kick it to the head of the goal square. That's as far as he could kick it, but standing on his own there is Johnny Keys, and he takes the mark 20 metres out. 45-degree angle on the boundary road side of the ground here, and perhaps, as Dale said before, A little bit of prestige here for Corio, a couple of belated goals. Keys moves in, kicks it pretty well. Yes, the goal umpire back to the middle. Keys kicks his first for the day.
No. How far have we gone?
17 minutes, 18 minutes. You thought it would have been time, but I suppose no time on and this clock is there. So
No.
the ball's back in the centre. The ball comes out to Ricky O'Toole. Handball from Nichols. Goes in towards half forward, but going back with the flight of the ball is Overall, and he goes back and takes a diving mark in front of O'Toole. Plays on, goes wide, looks for Martin. He's got plenty of space by himself. He's been unopposed for the last quarter. Spare man in defence and now goes wide. Oh, Fursland. Big jump at the ball, but it comes to the front of the contest. Ellis picks the ball up and has Casino. Outside him is Hurst. That's where he goes. Moreland continues to push down the middle of the ground. He goes back inside, kicks in towards no man's land. There's no one actually letting the ball. Kicked off the ground, or tried to be kicked off the ground there by Anderson. Picked up, goes to Farah. This time he won't miss, and Farah runs into an open goal. And Daniel Farah has got the 12th goal for Bellpost Hill, his first of the afternoon. And Bellpost Hill 12.
Final quarter of the first semi-final. 12-22 Bellpost Hill, 6-7 Corio as the ball comes down to Nathan Lewis. Oh, it's all too easy. Over to Ellis by hand, to Hurst by hand, the chip pass to Grigich. And all of a sudden, they're all getting a touch now, the Bellpost Hill players. The leads come from Tar, doesn't take the mark. Did well Anderson, but oh gee, they've put pressure on him to the point that Tar smothered the kick off the boot. Terrific effort. Picking the ball up is Bowman. Over the top to Mostert. Mostert now for Corio. Just chips it out wide. Looking, I think, for Ricky O'Toole, but he was outnumbered there. Oh, terrific tackle there by Hurst. Spills the ball out. Ellis chips it over the top. Nathan Lewis takes the mark. Whoops, he went. Now he's dropped the ball. And, just occasion where perhaps a little bit of talk needed for Bellpost Hill. Free kick, Jed Potter. He's tried hard, goes out wide. Billy Nichols, he's taken a mark. He's also tried hard, but haven't had a lot of teammates on the day. As Nichols for Corio now. Along the corridor. Oh, Overall from behind. A sensational mark, but the heavy ball. And now, I reckon Mark O'Toole might have been helping to get him up off the ground. He's given him 50. So, it was a sensational mark from behind Mark O'Toole.
Yeah, there was nothing in it. He sort of, O'Toole
stumbled
and fell over and,
dear.
stood himself up and tried to help the bloke up.
So Overall now, with the benefit of the 50-metre penalty, kicks it well inside forward 50. Grigich can't take the mark. It's come to the front of the pack. Hole's fine, tackle without the footy, blind side of the umpire, picked up by Potter, long handball out. Ricky O'Toole accepts. Little chip pass to Billy Nichols. Nobody with him, decides to go long, outer side of the ground. There's all Bellpost Hill back there as Bott takes it. He's got Fantella on his own on the western wing. Oh, a little chip pass, probably not 50. Handball from Holzfine to Nathan Lewis. Nathan Lewis to Sean Lewis. Sean takes the mark. In he goes to the open goal and misses to the right-hand side. So,
So the ball now kicked out by Potter, goes wide. It's Anderson out the far side of the ground. He takes the mark and delivers a short kick. Goes towards Mostert, half-back flank. Now kicks the ball towards wing. He stumbles as he kicks. So Werner picks the ball up. Goes inside to Greaves, puts the ball back to Nichols, and Nichols now kicks into Sinar forward, but Popovsky standing his ground. Unfortunately for Nichols, the kick probably didn't have enough carry or went a bit too far, and it's come out now to Fantella on centre wing. So players from behind start to run. Martin's one of them. Keys now just looking to hold up his space, and does so. So it was Pervin Hurst back inside. He goes towards Ellis. Ellis always keen to get the ball moving. Goes back. Stops, props, kicks towards Lewis. Nichols over the top, gets to the back of the contest, goes towards Hurst, and he kicks into the forward line. Holzfien, good spoil there from Ruck. Bowman tries to kick the ball off the ground. Holzfien picks the ball up, kicks towards goal. Unfortunately, can't bring it back enough, and it goes through.
And a ink right in behind.
Yeah, they kicked 5 goals, 5 this quarter.
So now the ball comes in. Potter's not a good kick. Holzfien picks up the ball, goes to Hurst. Hurst tries to get round Mostert. Mostert, good tackle, releases the ball, finds Lewis. A bit of a push in the back. It's going to be paid. Advantage is now paid. Grigic strolls in and will kick a goal. So Brent Grigic kicks another one for the Bellpost Hill side. They move
on a few moments ago. Has the ball in the middle once again. Werner and Kazuna. Tap down, went to Ricky O'Toole. Over the top to Werner. Werner accepts it. On the left foot, goes out very wide. The lead's out there from Aitken. And Aitken one of the rare occasions, I think we've called him today, goes back into the corridor for Corio, but it's all Bell Post Hill there. They pick it up and they wheel it out with a handball and a kick, and all of a sudden it is Fantella going to the middle of the ground. Here's Kazuna. Werner a long way away behind him as Kazuna now. Terrible kick with the heavy football, looking for Grigic. He and his opponent there in Ruck overrun the footy, but Danny Ruck takes it towards, and in fact, as Werner and Kazuna, they're still jostling there. It's Kazuna probably got the best of it. Went down to Nathan Lewis, tried to tap it for 6.5 minutes gone in the final quarter, first semi-final. Season completed for the Corio side as Holzfine again. Around the body, ahead there of Ricky O'Toole. It's caught by, taken by Mostert. Oh, there's a tackle on Matty Wade, just dropped the footy, and free kick will go to Farah once again. There's nobody up forward there except, well, a good contest there from Moreland. He's tackled without the footy, umpire agrees, and I'd suggest Chris Moreland will get the free kick out of that lot. So, Chris Moreland, we got a best player.